Welcome back to Suman TV, and this is Sandeep. We'll start or pick up where we stopped last. I was able to see the amount of reviews that we got. Thank you so much. So today we'll talk a little about communication and then a little about soft skills. So we'll not, again, as we discussed in the last video, we will not give a lot of download on this video, but we will talk basically about few things that we need to do. Before that, I would like to give a small example. We all were babies, and we also keep seeing babies in our houses or anywhere, even on TV, in movies. They take small steps. Do they run? They don't. They take small steps because they are learning to walk. So in the same manner, let's also do the same thing by taking baby steps. We are not babies, we are adults, or maybe we are students and kids as well. But let's take, when we talk about baby steps, it is about taking slow steps in the field of communication. It is always good to think and then speak instead of speaking and then thinking, oh, did I speak the right thing or not? Are we okay with that? Okay. So initially, when we talk about communication, what is communication? It is nothing big. Communication is a means of talking to each other or speaking to each other. It can be verbally, it can also be through our body language, it can also be through the expressions from our eyes and our facial expressions. But when we talk about communication in general, we always think, or a lot of people think, that it's about speaking. That is correct. So when we talk about communication and when we have to speak, always ensure that we focus on a proper fluency, that is one. Second, the words that we use, always ensure that we use a little professional words instead of using words which can look very casual, because people might not concentrate when you use casual words, especially when we talk about working in a company or even in your college and school, wherever it is. So it's always good to ensure that we use professional words, and also we need to focus on grammar. A lot of times when people hear the word grammar, they get to become a little tensed because sentence formation is there. There's something called as the formation of that entire sentence with grammatically correct sentences. Okay. Then we also need to think about where is the noun, where is the verb, what kind of syntax am I using. Now, if you ask me this question, what is syntax? Syntax is nothing but grammatically correct sentence, ensuring that there are no grammatical errors in that sentence when we speak. So in English, when we talk about communicating in English, there are a lot of errors that we face. I also have faced some years ago, and it took some time. It did not take a lot of time, but it took some time for me to correct them. And I used to observe people by talking to them, by trying to imitate them. I always liked imitating. It became easy for me to see the way people used to speak, with their facial expressions, with their body language, with the way they used to act and talk, and they react. And that's how I learned it. So as we were discussing, so in English, when we talk, when we use sentences and we have to speak, there are times when we have errors. It is only because grammar is not in place. A little example I also give you or relate to when we speak in our regional languages, whether it is in Hindi or Oriya, Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali, or any other language, even Telugu for a matter, Mana Telugu. Okay. So when we talk in Telugu, there are different ways of speaking. But how do we speak grammatically correct Telugu? The reason is that is the first language that we've spoken right from the time we were able to speak as kids, because our mothers are our first teachers. So when they speak and they teach us Telugu, it automatically gets into our minds, and then we start speaking without even asking what is grammar in Telugu. Am I speaking in the right manner? No. It is because of our mother tongue, which is extremely important, and our national language as well. We first learn our mother tongue. That is why it is called mother tongue. Then we do not ask about grammar, because they already are teaching us, and we are natural learners. As every human being on this planet, where before learning English, which is a one single global language communicated in different manners, our mother tongues, without even knowing about grammar, we pick it up. That's the way God has blessed us. That is really a blessing for us. Then, when we have to learn in English, we think in our mother tongue and then translate it into English. That is called MTI, or mother tongue influence. It is not to insult our mothers, please don't get me wrong. It is only that when we speak in English, our thinking language is Telugu or any other regional language that we have been accustomed to in all these years. That gets registered in our minds, and that when we translate it into English, our minds tend to put that into English. So there's a mixture of a mother tongue and English. That is called mother tongue influence. Or nowadays we don't call it as mother tongue because we respect all our mothers, not just in Telangana or India, all over the world, because mothers are our first teachers. But it is known now as regional influence in English. So again, we are not insulting our region, with all due respect to our region and our country and all the countries in this world. But it is just that it's a technical aspect of understanding that whatever we speak in our region, that is getting affected in English. Now English, because it is this one single language that is understood all over the world, regardless of what kind of a country that we are from, regardless of where we are coming from or what is our nationality, it is spoken all over the world. It is a one single common language. But grammar is important. Without grammar, English can be spoken. It is not that without grammar we cannot speak. But with grammar, you will be able to speak grammatically correct English. So there won't be any errors when you speak, and people will be able to understand. And when people are able to understand because of the way you speak and your fluency, which is a smooth manner of speaking without any interruption, that is where you have achieved your level of communication. Well, when we say level of communication, I'm not saying that we need to become a professor in English or a postgraduate or somebody who's a novelist or somebody who's a great communicator or a speaker. It is about basic communication in English. That is one when we talk about communication. We'll get more in depth into communication in the days to come. Now let's talk about soft skills. What is soft skills? Soft skills are, sometimes people ask me, or when I ask people, skills which are soft. Skills which are soft, what are soft skills? Is it a mattress or a cushion or a pillow? They are soft indeed. Or a teddy bear, for example. Don't we all love teddy bears? But it is just that when we talk about soft skills is nothing but smooth manner of speaking or a proper manner of speaking, ensuring that you're speaking in a good tone. At the same time, using some professional words instead of using casual words. Okay. So soft skills, again, along with communication under English, is extremely important and is in great demand. If you ask me what is the reason, Sandeep, that soft skills is in great demand, it is in demand because everybody wants to speak. Everybody wants to speak fluently in English and be understood as well in the right manner with their intentions, which are always good. But exposure or lack of exposure towards soft skills and training is causing a lot of problems or miscommunication between people, not just in a professional environment. It can be anywhere. It can be in a kirana store, a general store, or in a shopping mall, even nowadays with traffic police. Have you ever understood or have you ever observed how a traffic police has changed over the years? They have been going through some behavioral training as well, and they speak really well now because they have been taking some trainings for quite some time. Over the last 3 to 4 years or 5 years, they have been trained. So they speak really well. So they are very approachable as well right now. Gone are the days when people used to be scared at the sight of police. But now we can speak to them. They are very approachable, very friendly, and they help us in time or on time. So they also have been trained on soft skills. That's the power of soft skills. So there are multiple parameters in soft skills that we'll talk about, but we'll talk about it again as we discussed in the days to come. When we talk about communication and soft skills, I hope you are clear. Please tell us about your reviews, any questions that you have. We'll be very glad to help you in this. Okay, so thank you, great learning. Thank you so much, and you have a great day. Bye bye.